welcome to the Paranormal Connection. I'm your host, Donna Wilberg. Well, we've got a real special treat for you tonight. We have got a two-part series welcoming back one of my favorite music gurus. He's a Juilliard-trained percussionist. He's a front runner in healing music. His name is Michael Bayard. Welcome back.
It's so much fun to be here. And I know we're going to have a creative time.
We are. So let's just jump right in, Michael, because we've got, look at all this stuff. Now, you have been, like I said, a front runner in healing music, and you have brought with you some very dynamic, quality healing tools with you. Why don't you start talking about them?
Well, thank you for that opportunity. These are very unique healing instruments, and obviously, this instrument that some people might be familiar with has a beautiful resonance. This is made from quartz crystal. Literally, you remember the concept of taking a wine glass and rubbing your finger around the, to create, so this is that concept on steroids, essentially. So here's a beautiful, and I hope your mic is picking this up. And you could hear the beautiful resonance, and normally that could be placed against the heart chakra to and it's extremely meditative, and I believe it may actually realign, as we were talking about, realign the body almost on a cellular level. The vibration of the music works to realign the cells in the body and the overall vibrational frequency. That's getting into the science of it.
And you can feel the vibration. I can almost feel the heat coming from it. It's got an energy of its own, and you can feel it.
Yes.
And it kind of resonates with your own electrical magnetic system. So
that's a beautiful concept.
Fabulous.
So this is called like a heart chakra bowl, because it resonates to that particular frequency of the heart chakra, that particular pitch that we're hearing.
While we're on this, while you're doing this, pitch is a very important thing, because it kind of resonates with each chakra. You want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. We'll be very concise with that. That was really well articulated. Each of the chakras are obviously energy centers. They're not really in the body. They're kind of like spinning wheels of, the vortexes. They're not really in the body, but each one has a frequency or sound pitch associated with it. So you can use instruments to do healing work on various chakras for the purpose of balancing and aligning the chakra system. So this is a heart chakra bowl, as I was kind of resonating that around your heart area. What's interesting is we took that pitch, that beautiful this is an E natural in Western pitch. So let's say we took that same pitch. So that's almost has a meditative, I think just even if it's used for the simple purpose of meditation, that can actually, and deep breathing, you could definitely decrease stress hormones just by using music for that purpose. But you and I were talking more on a very advanced level, where you're actually vibrationally impacting the cells of the body. That's a whole,
It's almost like when you see flowers stretch to the sun. Your body almost like wants to go out to this and kind of capture this sound and bring it to you for healing. It's so beautiful. What else you got here?
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, when we have that same pitch that we were talking about, that E natural here, you can hear that again. That same tone center. Some of my work with Mary Youngblood, when she will take that same pitch. You see how there's a relationship of the pitch. I like to do, it's very important of me to be cohesive with the different, with the pitch and stay. So this instrument is also tuned, this Native American flute is tuned to that same heart chakra tone center of E natural. Isn't that interesting?
It's very interesting. What is this called? I've never seen anything like this.
This is a very unique instrument. Now, some of your viewers may be familiar with the rare instrument called the hang drum. It's H-A-N-G. It's shaped like a wok, and if you try to imagine a wok, like a cooking wok, but it's kind of, and it has different indentations on it, and it's played with the fingers. It's almost like a metal. Have you seen the steel pan?
Yes.
Those used in the Caribbean.
Yes.
So this is similar, being a metallic made of metal, and there's different tongues cut out into it of different pitches. So it's a metal resonating object. It's similar to those pan drums or whatever they're called in the Caribbean, the steel drums. But this is a much more of a warmer tone. You know how the Caribbean drums are played in more of a dynamic way. So this is just that used with a softer mallet. So
It's got such a beautiful tone.
And then thank you so much. And that all fuses into. Here's this instrument of metal, and then what were we hearing? Glass, like the quartz crystal. And then your favorite, because we once demonstrated, is when you could take animal skin. Now this is synthetic, but the original would be an animal skin, which is leather, cowhide, or rawhide. And this is a Native American frame drum, and here's another form of vibrational healing. But not only getting into the cellular thing now, let's start talking about how we can impact the electrical patterns in the brain for purposes of meditation and getting into theta. You want to tell your audience about theta?
Well, yes, you brought your big, beautiful drum, and you actually did a theta healing on air, and it was one of the biggest hits we've ever had, because it's so dynamic, and gosh, that was fabulous.
We had just for your audience, we had the big mother drum.
The big mother drum.
It's a large, that's literally hollowed out from a tree trunk, with that big rawhide skin. And we did a special, which I'll do a little bit here for 20 seconds, which was literally a rhythm that is used by tribal shamans, an actual rhythm that the listener, the electrical pattern of their brain will become synchronized, and you could achieve a very meditative state. And the goal here is to achieve theta, which is the bridge between consciousness and unconsciousness. Now, when you're very tired and you're just about to take a nap, before you go into the unconscious state, isn't there a beautiful time right there in that transition? That's when we're in theta.
And that's where you heal.
That will also, many even Western physicians say that is the place where the immune system of your body is dramatically enhanced. When you're in theta, your immune system, by the release of the immunoglobulin A. I mean, literally, they've done chemical studies on the releases of hormones during that time, and they enhance your immune system when the person is in the theta state. But we're very rarely there for an extended period. Do you know what I'm saying? Because often we're very stressed. What would that be like, the alpha or beta state? Very high, very fast electrical patterns of the brain. And then, of course, there's the delta, the lower sleeper states. Actually, did you know when we're sleeping, that's not as relaxing as many people think? Because did you know the REM sleep? Sometimes that's a very, deep sleep can be very anxious sometimes.
Yes, I've seen that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, that REM sleep, I think, but what's wonderful about theta is it's the bridge between consciousness and unconsciousness, and it's a deeply meditative state that is the most healing for the physical human body, and that is proven through science.
And I think, when you're listening to that sound, it almost keeps you suspended in that state, whereas you're not being pulled out of it by the sounds around you or anything else, or, falling into a deeper sleep. This sort of maintains you.
Beautifully articulated. Yeah, the ability to use a musical instrument or a drum can keep you sustained in the theta state, whereas in our normal lives, it's very rare for us. I mean, we could maybe achieve theta through some meditation, but there'll be some external sound which will kick us out of it, right? A siren going by, right? I mean, but you're right, how music can be used to literally, the word is entrainment. I love that word. That would be to synchronize the electrical patterns of your brain to that theta state, which is that beautiful bridge between consciousness and unconsciousness. And I can,
let's get a little demonstration, because we got to move on.
We had a little demo.
There's so much to talk about.
The problem is we don't want to lose after. If you're going to get into theta, let's make sure we can still focus.
Yes.
But are we going to be able to come back?
Well, if we levitate, off the off the floor here.
Okay, I'll do just a very short. And some people listen to this and they can immediately go into almost a theta state, or in some cases altered state of consciousness very quickly. Others might take a little longer, but I'll just do a short demonstration. We'll try to maintain our three-dimensional focus.
Okay.
Because we don't want to get too much in the fourth dimensional when you're doing television.
I'm hanging on to Buddha.
Hey, hang on. Okay, so this is very carefully calculated to a certain amount of cycles per second to match the theta of the brain wave. Okay, so I'll just do a very short.
You can feel that.
I shifted.
You can feel that.
And that was only 15 seconds.
I know.
So if that's done for 20 minutes, 30
Yeah.
minutes, a really beautiful form of deep meditation. So
Yeah.
hope our
go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and look up Michael. He's got the theta demonstration.
It's under Michael Bayard, shamanic theta wave drumming. And that's when you interviewed me,
Right.
and we brought that was in studio. We did a whole, so that was beautiful.
Yeah,
I remember it was a whole. We did literally like a 4 or 5 minute.
did.
I mean, an extended.
Yes. It
But
was
thank
beautiful.
you so much for that opportunity.
You're welcome. Let's talk about these beautiful ancient
Yes.
instruments that you brought.
Thank
to
you.
share.
Yeah, I was mentioning to you prior to our session, our interview here, was that percussion instruments, one of my passions about percussion is they're the oldest instruments known to mankind. So they, they predate even the earliest forms of flute or any string instrument, percussion. So essentially, people living in caves, you know what I'm saying, like 80,000 years ago. I mean, if we're using the Darwinist construct, right? So are you okay with the Darwinistic?
Yes,
Right,
we
okay.
can talk about that.
So, so ancient, so guess what? The urge to hit or strike were the first musical instruments. So, for instance, an ancient person living in a cave could find 2 pieces of bone or sticks. Right? So this is right. This predates any other instrument. So these are more refined, but just try to imagine. So now look. So you got, but look, different resonances. Look. So then they maybe explore different sounds, but check out that concept of literally taking just 2 pieces of bone or sticks and striking them together. Very ancient, literally the first instruments. Now, I think the first musical instrument may have been the human voice, do you believe? Is that pretty much, I guess the human voice would have been the first musical instrument, but right after that comes percussion. For instance, they see a vegetable, this is a gourd, which is like a squash or zucchini, literally, so they might actually be, this very ancient concept, you remove all the pulp and all that stuff, and
Now let me ask you this, Michael, because you've studied, all the ancient instruments and so forth. Did they take a lot of these from the sounds of nature? Okay, so I can imagine, the birds, knocking
Beautifully
on a
said.
tree, you're imitating that sound. Next thing you know, it's mixing with something else and you got music going on.
absolutely, that is really wonderfully said, because this instrument, the grasshopper, the actual insect. Do you know they stridulate? That's a great word I learned.
Stridulate.
Stridulate means to literally, like I guess they take their body, the body of a grasshopper is serrated like that, and they go. I'm serious. I'm Grasshopper Mike now. No, really. You're right. They were drawn from nature. Maybe the original sounds like that. You're right. So there's an example of the.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
From a vegetable gourd, but notice the serrated and very much maybe mimicking the sounds of nature, like you were just saying. So that was very well said.
Well, just goes to show you we were meant to make music.
And music is ubiquitous. It's everywhere, right? It's
Absolutely.
everywhere. Music is all around us, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, we want to make time for some of the performances that you've done in the past, and one of them is with Adam Roth.
Yes.
Do you want to set that up for us?
Yeah, Adam participated in one of my sound healing concerts. I do large, which you've attended, and you've been so supportive of our programs in the past. You remember we have the drumming component, but then it unfolds into a whole sound healing with the Aboriginal didgeridoo and the remember the toning. We would have the audience toning to certain. But Adam was one of our vocal soloists who did and we did a selection, which was our original adaptation, because I did the keyboards, and Adam sang Comfortably Numb, which is by Roger Waters from The Wall, Pink Floyd. But we did our own adaptation, and I believe you have a clip of Adam Roth doing...
We do, and I just want to mention, Adam Roth was one of the American Idol contestants.
That is correct.
He's phenomenal. So let's take a look.
Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone come on now. I hear you're feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax, relax, relax. I need some information first. Just the basic facts. Will you show me where it hurts? There is no pain you are receiving. A distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Move, but I can't hear what you say. When I was a child, I had a fever. My hands felt like two big balloons. Now I got that feeling once again. I can't explain, you would not understand. This is not how I am. Comfortably warm. And we are healed, and we are whole. We are whole. And I will guide you on this journey, on this ride.
And Michael, I know you put so much effort and thought in just, it takes you months to put together these beautiful shows that you do. Talk a little bit about that process and what drives you to do that.
It's the passion. And it's the passion for music and sound and vibration. And you've seen when we've incorporated the dance, the physical movement component. I think we've had even guests on your program, I recall. I love to explore all the different senses. You know, a multi-sensory experience is what I like to do with my concerts. So there's the sound, the vibrational. You're saying you almost could feel.
Yes.
And then the visual aspect, you know, of the dance. And remember, I do have the lighting. Sometimes we'll use the chakra lighting. So I try to engage all of the senses, so it's a multi-sensory. And I guess your question is, why do it's just I'm driven by the passion, you know, amidst all the challenges of just living in the three-dimensional world, you know, whatever. And being an artist, a musician, we, you know, many of us, we all have a little bit of OCD, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it could get, but all artists are very obsessive because you're into your craft. So amidst all of the challenges and all of the things that we have in our everyday life, I just try to maintain that. Somehow it's rescued me. My passion for music has been the one thing that's able to rescue me amidst this very challenging world. You know what I'm saying? Well,
you certainly have rescued a lot of other people too, because your concerts, your performances are just, they're so impactful and so amazing, and people walk away feeling so much better. So you know, what a gift. What is this?
This is one of our final instruments. Do we have a minute, just a minute or two left or so?
Yeah, we're getting close to the mark, so we have one minute to talk about this.
Beautiful, because I'm glad our timing worked out so well. This is a very unique, the only one of its kind in the world, and I will explain it very quickly. When I was with the Sacramento Symphony, I was the principal percussionist, so I went off stage one time, and a gentleman approached me, and he said he was from Aerojet, which is that, you know, that company, the Aerojet in Sacramento, and he said that he had a piece of a satellite. This is actually a piece of a satellite that controls the gyroscopic components or whatever. This was possibly in the outer realms. But anyway, he said that this part was going to be discarded. It's very, very expensive because it was misdrilled. You know, you could imagine the technology that goes into this. Came from a solid block of aluminum, and this is a part that goes on a satellite. And anyway, he inadvertently struck it or something with his elbow, and he said it resonated for like 3 minutes. It just, so for some reason, there's something about the tooling. Has an otherworldly sound, and it will just keep sustaining for as long as you keep I'll just do it quick. So I like to kind of give it a little oscillation. Are you ready? I'll just do a simple strike.
Oh, nice. That's so neat. That is super. Well, as that's oscillating, we need to go to information, because we're just about out of time.
Right, so we'll keep that oscillating?
We'll keep it oscillating. So, Michael, why don't you tell everybody where you can be reached and how people can find you?
Absolutely. My various websites and things like that. So, one website to directly contact me with my company, Rhythm Magic. So it's rhythmmagic.com, www.rhythmmagic.com, rhythmmagic.com. Also, you can reach me at bayardmuseum.com. That has all, and then of course what you were saying before, people could go to YouTube and just search Michael Bayard, and you'll see all of our beautiful videos of my various performances, some of our clips from our shows together with vocalist Ann Roach and Mary Youngblood, and so people will be able to find me through all those mechanisms. Okay?
Wonderful. Well, let's give a little bit of information about the Paranormal Connection.
The Paranormal Connection airs the first and third Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our companion show, Story Connection, airs the second and fourth Thursdays of each month. Each episode repeats the following Friday at 1:30 p.m. and Saturday at 5:30 a.m. Watch these programs online at the same air times by going to accesssacramento.org and clicking Watch 17. In the Sacramento region, you can see us on Comcast Channel 17 and on AT&T Channel 99. You can find previously aired shows on the Paranormal Connection YouTube channel. For information on upcoming shows and previous Paranormal Connection guests, go to paranormalconnectiontv.blogspot.com. You can contact us at paranormalconnectiontv@gmail.com. And don't forget, find us on Facebook, become a friend, and become a fan.
Michael, there's one more clip we want to show. It's the beautiful Ann Roach. You were just talking about her.
Yes.
So let's take a look.
As I walk the road, there before me a shadow from another world where no other can follow. Carry me to my own, to where I can cross over close to home, I cannot say. Close to home, feeling so far away. Forever searching, never right. I am lost in oceans of night. Forever hoping I can find memories, those memories I left behind.
We are so out of time. I can't believe this, but we've got part 2, and we're going to be introducing your band, the RiverTribe.
Yes.
So we're really excited about that, and I hope everybody out there is going to watch for part 2. You do not want to miss this performance. It's going to be spectacular. So thank you, Michael, and we'll see you in part 2.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Great. All right. Good night, everybody.